So, if you've been living under a rock, or maybe you just don't sit on Twitter like a loser all day like I do, you guys probably haven't heard about this new NFT related news, and I wanted to share that in today's video because honestly, this is making me more bullish than ever. Because I feel like right now a lot of people could probably agree with me in saying that we're kind of at a crossroads. What really is going down is that there are so many projects coming out, especially on the Solana blockchain, where a lot of them aren't even selling out at mint, a lot of them are selling below mint price after release, and even Ethereum stuff on OpenSea is struggling a little bit. So I wanted to share with you guys in today's video some positive news that has made me more bullish than ever. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more daily NFT videos. So our first announcement here today is from Coinbase here, saying that Coinbase's actual NFT exchange is coming soon. So there is a waitlist available here. This was just released a couple of days ago, and essentially they're saying their mission is to increase economic freedom, yada yada. People get to join the creator economy, profit from their work. NFTs have an important role to play. Couldn't agree with that more. And they're announcing Coinbase NFT, a peer-to-peer marketplace which will make minting, purchasing, showcasing, and discovering NFTs easier than ever before. Just as Coinbase helped millions of people access Bitcoin for the first time, which, you know, is true, we want to do the same for NFTs. Now, obviously, Coinbase has their own set of issues. Believe me, Coinbase is not perfect, but I will say Coinbase Pro all around has been pretty reliable for me. I know a lot of people like to hate on it, but in terms of just a general place to get into crypto without having to worry about, you know, the complicated, you know, sort of layouts of like Binance and some other, you know, exchanges like that, I feel like Coinbase is a nice place to start. And this is really big because if this was, you know, Binance, I know there are BNB, you know, Binance Smart Chain NFTs out there, but let's just say Binance on their official platform, their official website was just like, you know, we're gonna have an NFT marketplace, or, you know, Gate.io or KuCoin. That wouldn't be as big to me. What makes this really big is the fact it is Coinbase. I think a lot of people forget how many people just use Coinbase and don't touch NFTs, don't touch any other exchanges. They don't do anything weird. They just, you know, buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and leave it at that. And I think a lot of those people really have not accessed NFTs in the fashion that I think they should. Especially other versions of NFTs. You know, I know out there, there are tons of different, again, you obviously have Binance as an option for NFTs. Of course, have Solana. There are a lot of other upcoming, you know, sort of NFT ecosystems out there which are arising besides Ethereum. But, you know, even Ethereum alone, you know, it would be great if a lot of people that use Coinbase, you know, would get into this and start learning about, you know, how NFTs work and start buying and selling. Just to give you guys a reference point, when it comes to OpenSea, there are currently 9 million people who are signed up and using OpenSea. There are only around 1 million people who've done that with Phantom Wallet and SOLANA and all of that. So, you know, if you think Ethereum is too late, you know, it's definitely not too late for Solana and other blockchains out there. So, again, when it comes down to it, guys, Coinbase as a platform, while not perfect, really does have a grip on the mainstream, and that's what I love. Speaking of things I love, you guys know what I love? I love some free money. So if you guys haven't already checked out Webull, guys, link down below in the description. It is super easy. You guys can use my link. All you have to do is sign up, and it'll literally be the easiest 15-20 bucks you guys will ever make. You'll get some money worth in stocks. Some of them be valued at $2,300. I know recently one of you guys got lucky, and me and someone else, I don't know who it is, me and someone else got a fractional share of Facebook, which was pretty awesome. I recently had a share of Apple as well from someone else signing up. So I appreciate you guys doing that. And again, if you want to make some quick money, link down below in the description. You can trade stocks, crypto, all that good stuff. So the second thing that comes to my mind is FTX. And FTX has been really, you know, sort of making its way on the forefront recently as an exchange. I mean, they've been doing absolutely fantastic. And it is amazing to see that they are finally branching out into the NFT industry. So you guys can see this is their current NFT thing here. It definitely is not quite functional yet. As you guys can see, the only two NFTs here are Soul Cats and Mechs of Solana. So definitely not quite, you know, fully set up yet. You know, I'm sure mine might not be loading in properly yet, but, you know, this is a work in progress for sure. And they, of course, you know, have a system where you could bid on them and whatnot. So that is absolutely fantastic. You know, gotta love FTX for doing this. Unfortunately, FTX have ran into some issues in a legal sense with a lot of other NFTs. So essentially what's going on with that is, if you guys haven't followed it, FTX basically cannot list an NFT that technically gives back some kind of royalty. I've talked about this a lot on the channel, but there are NFTs out there that give users royalties just for holding on to them. So they have a community wallet where they'll throw, 10, 20% of all the, all the trading fees that go by, and they'll distribute them out to people. So I think Meerkat Millionaires was the first one to do that recently on Solana, and the essential issue with that is that I think that technically classifies them as a security by the SEC, the Security and Exchanges Commission here in the United States. If you guys live overseas, I don't know exactly how that works, but here in the United States, that technically classifies them as a security, and I know there are legal issues that sort of come up with that. So FTX has said, yeah, we're not going to list anything that gives out royalties. And of course, this is a massive problem for a lot of NFTs out there, especially Solana, because for some reason the Solana ecosystem has gotten a lot more into the whole royalty thing, has really embraced that a lot more than Ethereum. I think with gas fees and stuff, that makes it very difficult for Ethereum NFTs to do that. But I think a lot of people on the Solana ecosystem are going to have issues with this in the future because, so many great Solana projects are offering royalties. And again, that's a great way to garner community respect. That's a great way, to engage with your community over time and to, sort of give back and say, hey, thank you for holding on to this. I think Meerkat Millionaires gave something like $70, per Meerkat, which, isn't a ton, but it definitely is nice to see that happening. That's a lot more than you would make on a savings account at a bank or a dividend paying stock. So, it is very cool to see that happening, but unfortunately, there are some issues that are arising, with those technically being considered a security. So in the end, guys, what does it come down to? I think personally that these NFTs still have a chance to have a really, really great run and to be grandfathered in as some of the best really inventions in the past, 20, 30 years. Whether it's Solana, Ethereum, I think there is an intrinsic value in having your name attached to the ownership of any kind of art. And, I know a lot of NFTs recently have kind of been going through some difficulty. Obviously, I could pick anything here roughly. Galactic Echoes here, for example. I could pick basically anything and say, yeah, the floor price right now is definitely not quite where it was, a couple of weeks ago. I could go on OpenSea and do the exact same thing. But in general, guys, the reason why I'm bullish on NFTs in general is I think that it is still so unique and so desirable, and there are so many people who haven't gotten into this yet. Like I said, guys, this Solana ecosystem is 1/9 the size of Ethereum's ecosystem. And then obviously with Coinbase in play, it is not even close. The amount of people who have a Phantom wallet or a MetaMask, that's not even close. That's not even a fraction of the amount of people who actually use Coinbase or Robinhood, just to trade crypto casually, and they don't sit on Twitter all day like I do and a lot of other you guys do. They don't do that. There are so many people who I think, when informed about the way these work, would view them in the same way they view crypto. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people who legitimately like cryptocurrency, who don't know about the way NFTs work, who, are not familiar with how to buy them. If you told, a 60-year-old person who's putting together a retirement account and said, let me buy some of that, that Bitcoin, if you told someone like that about NFTs, I don't think right now there are enough resources available or enough, proliferation of that information across the world for them to even have an idea of what it is. So I think with Coinbase, bringing that to the mainstream, that is definitely going to help. And again, same thing with FTX, man. FTX is massive. FTX is absolutely huge. So, again, if they're able to do this well, where you can go and buy something on Solana and go and flip it on FTX and then, go on OpenSea and buy some there and sell it. That is just fantastic. The more exchanges that list this, the better. The more mainstream media attention this gets, the better. And, Coinbase, obviously, by being on the Dow Jones and being traded and whatnot, I could easily see people on CNBC, Fox Business, you name it, that are going on, talking about NFTs and bringing up that hype in the same way that, Bitcoin and Ethereum, obviously, have that hype. Whenever Bitcoin passes 50,000, that sort of comes up. So, there are a lot of people out there who I definitely think need to know about this, who don't know about it currently, and that's that. So hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily NFT videos coming every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Remember, Webull link top of the description. Let me know down in the comments which of these announcements you guys most excited for. See you all in the next one. Peace.